Hello everyone. I am Andrew Dornan, also known as the 12th Kind here on YouTube, and today we're in a very spooky location. An advertisement by Silphco. No, we are actually in Lavendar Town. Very spooky. There's actually some bit of interesting, I guess pop culture or history, depending on how you think of it. But there was this rumor that the original red and green version of Pokemon, the Lavendar Town music made kids really sick, and I think it whoa. Woo! I was talking about, Lavendar Town and the music being super creepy and all of that. Oh my gosh, that scared me. I just something caught my attention on my phone, and in the corner of my eye, my screen flashed black. I'm not sure if it flashed black for you guys. That's super creepy. This town is known as the gravesite of Pokemon. Memorial services are held in Pokemon Tower. We saw this was a volunteer service. What do you have to say? That's odd, Mr. Fuji isn't here. Where'd he go? Hello. Nidorino. Gow. What does this book say? Pokemon Monthly Grand Prize Drawing. The application form is gone. It's been clipped out. What do you have to say? This is really Mr. Fuji's house. He's really kind. He looks after abandoned and orphaned Pokemon. What about you? Psyduck. Guapa. Aw. Oh, I already talked to you. I got you confused with the guy behind the building. Don't ask me how. I don't know. Hey, sir, do you have anything? Ghosts appear in Pokemon Tower. I think they're the spirits of Pokemon that the Rockets killed. Ugh, getting a little gruesome for a Pokemon game. Lavendar Town, the noble purple town. Lavender is another name for purple. It's also the name of a plant. Hello, sir. Hello, I'm the official name rater. Want me to rate the nicknames of your Pokemon? Yeah, sure. Which Pokemon should I look at? Kitty Bank. Kitty Bank, is it? That is a decent nickname. But would you like me to give it a nicer name? How about it? No, I'm good. Fine, come time any you like. So yeah, the name rater is here. I've been asking for, I asked for Pokemon nicknames in the first episode. I haven't really been talking about it since we are 3 members away from a full team. But I'm still asking for name suggestions. I do have my own list of names, but if someone comes up with a much better nickname, you just hey, if you ever get a Pokemon that's a I don't know, a Snorlax or a Tangela or a Rapidash or something, give it this name or something. Or you could just give general nicknames that would be good for any Pokemon. I'm open to anything. Also, we started out in front of the Pokemon Center, and our money's a bit different because of some things I was trying to do between episodes, and it didn't work out, so that was unfortunate. I hate those horrible Rockets. That poor Cubone's mother. It was killed trying to escape from Team Rocket. Yikes, Team Rocket. They're much more than just the Poke Mafia. They're horrible things. Do you believe in ghosts? I personally do, yes. Really? So there are believers. Do you ask the question again? No. Haha, I guess not. That white hand on your shoulder, it's not real. And that line actually gets referenced in the Pokemon Origins anime, where Red is asked that question, and when it cuts to Red during that little conversation, you can actually see a white hand on his shoulder, which is a nice touch. I came to pray from my Clefairy. I can't stop crying. Howdy, ma'am. Did you come to pay respects? Bless you. Excuse me, miss. My Growlithe, why did you die? I am a channeler. There are spirits up to mischief. Excuse me, miss, do you have any information? Pokemon Tower was erected in the in the memory of Pokemon that had died. Yikes! And we go up here, and we see that there are gravestones everywhere, and there is our rival, of course. Oh jeez, really? I just cleaned my desk, by the way. Like, before I recorded, I spent, like, a lot of time working on my desk, and I forgot to bring over my boss notes. You can hear all the paper flapping around. This is a great tone shift. But that's how I roll. Like, people always ask, like, will ask me, you know, what's your niche? My niche is that, like, in the moment, I will grab my printed out notes and flip through them. Or if they're in the case of, like, what was it? Metroid Fusion or Metroid Zero Mission, which were games where I had my notes on the computer and I could access them. That's kind of my niche, is I access my notes real time and I reference them constantly. So let's just wait. I'm curious about who I want up front. The closest person to evolving is Aimberry. Aimberry is just 3 levels away. Everyone else is still behind, though. Kitty Bank and Braithy are both level 29. It just depends. Okay, I see now. I see who the first team member is. In that case, I'm going to go with Kitty Bank. Yeah, Kitty Bank's up front. Hey, Blue. Gary. My notes say Blue, but we named him Gary. Hey, Andrew, what brings you here? Your Pokemon don't look dead. I can at least make them What the heck is wrong with you, Gary? Let's go, pal. Gary, I think you need to seek professional help. And my dog needs to stop barking. Gary wants to fight. Gary sent out Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto is level 25, normal flying type, with the moves Gust, Sand Attack, Quick Attack, and Whirlwind. All normal type moves. So I guess, well, Braithy wouldn't be effective against Pidgeotto. So I stand by my decision, especially since Kitty Bank knows Thunderbolt. Whew. That still gets me how flashy it is. Ooh, Pidgeotto's paralyzed. It may not attack. Pidgeotto used Gust, though. It was still able to hit. Critical hit, but didn't look like it did that much. Let's just use Bite. I could have used Payday and get a little extra money. 604 is about to use Gyarados. Let's see. Gyarados. Oh, wait. It's quad weak to Kitty Bank. Because Kitty Bank has Thunderbolt. Gyarados is level 23, not 22. My notes are wrong. Level 23 water flying type with the moves Leer, Dragon Rage, Bite, and Hydro Pump. We're going to open up with Thunderbolt. Kitty Bank's super fast. Gyarados is pretty tough, if you remember in the bio way back when, but it is quad weak to Electric. Kitty Bank got 1,000 XP from that. Gary is about to use Growlithe. Yeah, we're going to switch over to Aimberry. Sent out Growlithe. Growlithe is, what the freak? Kadabra, Gyarados, Eggs. Okay, something happened to my notes. Growlithe is, yeah, Pokemon Tower. What? Okay, so, there is a break in the video. To explain the hiccup that happened in today's episode. What had happened is when I was doing research on these rival fights, I was only using one source, Bulbapedia. And sometimes Bulbapedia breaks and you don't get to see all of the information for all the different rivals because of how they have their website set up. They're supposed to be like, you know, a show all tab to show you all of the team members, and you can like expand or minimize the different team windows. Well, those kept breaking for the Pokemon Tower fight, and so I incorrectly assumed that because I saw Execute 2 times in a row, that his team was just Executes. It was just, you know, Pidgeotto, Kadabra, Execute, Gyarados, Starter. That's not the case. It actually changes and that's something that I try to show with the bios. So even I'm looking at cerebi.net right now, and even this is a little incorrect because it says that Gyarados for Blue's team when he has an Ivysaur is level 22, but in the game it's 23. So there's this weird inconsistency. So I went in and I made some new bars for Growlithe, 2 new Growlithe bars, one for level 23 when he has an Ivysaur, which is what we fight, and then a level 22 Growlithe for if he has a War Turtle, and that's what those side bars represent. So this has just been like a random like 8:30 at night while I'm editing. Little like bonus thing or whatever. This doesn't make sense. Hold on. No, yeah, Silphco is... Okay, the resource I pulled this from is wrong. Growlithe is obviously level 22. It's pure fire type. But other than that, I don't have any information on him. Because my source was incorrect. Oh my gosh. I played through this game as I was making my notes too. So, I don't know. This just slipped past my radar. I'm incredibly sorry about that. That means, oh gosh, that means my sidebars are incorrect. So my sidebars and my notes say that he should have an Execute level 23 Grass Psychic with the moves Barrage and Hypnosis. I don't know why it says Growlithe. Maybe it's a version difference that he has a Growlithe instead of an Execute. Or maybe that was something I didn't notice when I was... I am not perfect. And this is a clear thing. So what's probably going to happen is after I'm done recording this episode, I'm going to like hurry and like make a new sidebar for Growlithe. Because that's... I don't get why that's wrong. But I've totally forgot to talk about yellow version. But you saw in the sidebars. But for those who cannot see, visually impaired, his first Pokemon would have been a Fearow, level 25, normal flying type with the moves Mirror Move, Growl, Leer, and Fury Attack. This is when things start getting really complicated. He has a Sandshrew, level 20, pure ground type with the moves Scratch, Sand Attack, and Slash. Is about to use Kadabra. We're going to switch over to Braithy. Braithy can do quite a bit of damage. Kadabra is level 20, pure Psychic type with the moves Teleport, Confusion, and Disable. Yellow version is when things get complicated. If you do a certain combination of wins and losses with Gary, his Eevee will actually evolve into something different later on, and because of that, his team actually starts to change. So if his Eevee is about to become a Jolteon soon, he will have a Shellder, level 23, pure water type with the moves Tackle, Withdraw, Supersonic, and Clamp, and a Vulpix, level 22, fire type with the moves Ember, Tail Whip, Quick Attack, and Roar. If his Eevee is going to become a Flareon, he's going to have a Shelter, level 22, pure water type, Tackle, Withdraw, Supersonic, Clamp, and a Magnemite, level 23, electric type with the moves Tackle, Sonic Boom. If his Eevee will become a Vaporeon, he will have a Vulpix, level 23, pure fire type with the moves Ember, Tail Whip, Quick Attack, and Roar. And a Magnemite, level 23, pure electric type with the moves Tackle and Sonic Boom. His Eevee is something we are going to get into as soon as his starter appears. Critical hit, only one shot. Kadabra fainted, Braithy got 621 experience. Ivysaur, we're going to keep you out. Ivysaur is level 25, grass poison type with the moves Growl, Leech Seed, Vine Whip, and Poison Powder. If you chose a Charmander, he will have a War Turtle, level 25, pure water type, with the moves Tail Whip, Bubble, Water Gun, and Bite. If you chose Bulbasaur, he will have a Charmeleon, level 25, pure fire type, with the moves Growl, Ember, Leer, and Rage. Almost said fire again. His Eevee will be level 25 pure normal type with the moves Quick Attack, Tail Whip, Sand Attack, and Growl. Whew! It gets real complicated real fast. My hope is all of that came across somewhat coherently, but definitely not 100% clear because of that whole execute Growlithe mess. Andrew defeated Gary. What, you stinker? I took it easy on you. Andrew got 1,625 Pokédollars for winning. How's your Pokédex coming along, pal? I just caught a Cubone. I can't find the grown-up Marowak yet. I doubt there are any left. Well, I better get going. I've got a lot to accomplish, pal. Smell you later. Yeah, get out of here. Your very presence is disrupting the dead. Ugh. Speaking of things that are disrupting the dead, my confusion with my notes. But this isn't like vague notes that I wrote to like be cute or whatever. These are notes that are seemingly incorrect because reasons. All right, well, actually, we have some bios to go over. After that, there's bios, y'all.
Zoink, Scoobs! It's a ghost! We gotta get out of here!
Sorry, I've been wanting to do that for a while, and I figured, like, I'd do it here, because it's the Pokemon Tower, and it's the Ghosts and the Scooby-Doo show. You know, get it. Get it? In all seriousness, I like Ghastly. Unfortunately, though, despite me liking it, it doesn't learn that many Ghost-type moves in this generation. By default, it'll know Confuse Ray, Lick, and Nightshade, which are all okay Ghost-type moves. Oddly enough, it can learn a fair few Normal-type moves, which it's immune to. Sadly, most of its stats are below average, with the exception being Speed and Special. Honestly, while I do really like Ghastly, I can't recommend getting it in this gen because of its small move pool. But let's say you want its evolution, Haunter. At level 25, your Ghastly will evolve into Haunter. Or, you can actually catch a Haunter if you're lucky. I don't like being too negative about Pokemon, but Gen 1 really isn't the best for a lot of these Pokemon, Haunter included. Also, in order to evolve this Pokemon, you need to trade it. But, if you do end up trading your Haunter around, it'll evolve into a Gengar. Unlike Haunter, Gengar does indeed get access to a lot of new moves. But, they're all normal or fighting type moves. And Gengar has a very low attack stat when compared to its special stat. Is it worth having a member of the Ghastly line on your team? It's up to you, but I say no. Oh, remember hearing the townsfolk talk about Team Rocket and Cubones and Marowaks? Well, guess what? You can catch Cubones in this very tower. They're pretty rare, probably because of what Team Rocket is supposedly doing. But on to the Pokemon itself. Cubone has a decently high defense stat, but it isn't as good as some of the Pokemon found in the past cave. However, it makes up for this, in my opinion, by having a couple of moves that are unique to its evolution line, Bone Club and Bone Meringue. I'll never be able to say that correctly. Both of these are ground-type moves, with the latter having higher accuracy, or 90% compared to 85%, at the expense of lower power, 50% compared to 65%. Sadly, you won't learn this move until level 43, which is well past after it evolves. Oddly enough, I seem to say that a lot, Cubone can learn Bubble Beam and Water Gun, moves that it's weak to. If you want a ground type with some unique moves, then maybe consider... And now to its evolution, Marowak. Marowak evolving at level 23 gains access to some pretty powerful moves via TMs, and it becomes a bit beefier, even getting a boost to attack. These great things do come at a cost though, as instead of learning Bone Meringue at level 43, it now won't learn it until level 48. If you really want Bone Meringue sooner rather than later, then don't evolve. Otherwise, there are no other downsides to evolving your Cubone into a Marowak. Alrighty, so as you saw in the gameplay, if you were like looking at the gameplay window while I was going over those bios, I was running into ghosts. Ooh, an escape rope. That's very handy. Just to show you that, yes, there are these Pokemon available, but we can't catch them. So like, I might have saved them for later, but I wanted to go over them now, just so like that way you had an idea. So that when we revisit this in the future, after maybe trying to figure out what this whole self-scope business is, then we can actually truly be able to capture these Pokemon. But I think it'd be nice to talk about them now. I guess that's Parcel Tongue? No, well, the Parcel Tongue's a word. Chandler wants to fight. Chandler is speaking in Parcel Tongues. Parcel Tongue is used to describe speech that is unintelligible and cannot be pinned to any sort of language. It's usually used when describing how someone's talking, if they are undergoing an alleged demonic possession, because, you know, they're saying words, but they don't mean anything in any language that currently exists in the real world, at least in reality, and so it's called Parcel Tongue. Braithy grew to level 30. Braithy is trying to learn Pin Missile. Braithy can't learn more than 4 moves. An older move? Yes. Let's see. Poison Sting. I mean, we have Twin Needle, which is much more useful, and Pin Missile is also a bug type move, so I'm gonna remove Poison Sting for Pin Missile, just because there's a couple of gyms coming up where having bug type moves is definitely useful. I'm saved, and you got 690 Pokédollars, and so I want to hold on to as many bug moves as possible. What do you have to say? The ghost can be identified by the self scope. Okay, interesting. I did put on a Super Repel. That was some of the items that I bought between episodes. Hello, be gone, evil spirit. And it's another Chandler, or Channeler. I think it's Channeler. Channeler wants to fight. Channeler sent out Ghastly. Ghastly, as you saw from the bio, is Ghost Poison type, which means it is weak to Bug. So Twin Needle and Pin Missile are pretty good in this aspect. Also, if you have any Pokemon that know any sort of ground type moves, like Earthquake or Fissure, those will actually be very useful in this area as well. And another Channeler, Kwa. So what's kind of interesting is they, when you talk to them or when they approach you, it seems like they're speaking in Parcel Tongues, and they all send out Ghastlies, and after you defeat the Ghastly, they talk about being saved or something, you know, leaving them, and it's thought that these Ghastlies are actually possessing these channelers, and, you know, because, you know, Ghastlies are like evil spirits, that is what they're doing. They're causing all sorts of mayhem. I got 487 experience, defeated a Chandler. What am I doing? 720 Pokédollars. That's another thing about demonic possessions, is that people lose their sense of self, where they don't recognize what's going on. They may still be in control, but if they're completely taken over, then it's kind of like blacking out and someone else having control of your body. It's very interesting stuff. We have some Pokemon. We have some items scattered around. Be cursed with me, Kwa! And so I will be making an attempt to collect all of them because they are easily seen. In fact, in my notes, I don't even mention the items just because they're all visible. Chandler sent out another Ghastly. These are, as you can see, are ranging in all sorts of levels from 20 to like 23, 24. But I have, so it's like no issue for us. I do have Braithy out because Braithy can take care of the Ghastly pretty easily. I could send out Kitty Bank, because Kitty Bank actually has a move that can deal with them. It has Thunderbolt, because Bite, you may be thinking, well, why not use Bite? Bite is not any other type. Like in later gens, it gets a new typing, because a new type is introduced. But it's normal type in this version, and Ghost is immune to normal. Wraithy gained 468 experience. Defeated the Chandler. What? Got 690 Poké Dollars. There we go. Angie found Elixir. Nice. And there's another item here. Angie found an Awakening. Nice. There's an item down here. I want to grab that first, and then we'll battle that Channeler. Got an HP up. That is very handy. I guess when I'm thinking about it, we could, in theory, do indeed have Kitty Bank out, because Kitty Bank knows Thunderbolt, but its special is pretty low. But then again, it wouldn't be affected by any of Ghastly's moves. So yeah, let's have Kitty Bank out for a while. Be kind of interesting. Hoo, beats me not. Beat you will in a Pokemon fight. Chandler wants to fight. Chandler send out Ghastly. It's pretty interesting. What's kind of interesting is that in Red and Blue, Ghastly is like this ball of pixels. Ugh. It only did like a third. In this version, Ghastly is just a ball of pixels. But in Yellow, it actually gets redesigned to the sprite work that becomes the basis of Ghastly's design for future generations, which is kind of interesting. You can also see the Pokemon Yellow sprites on the right sidebar, where like all of the yellow information is. Like all the information on Pokemon Yellow. Huh? Who? What? 660 Poké Dollars. Yeah, that wasn't... I don't think that's worth it. Just all the flashing. Totally not worth it. I'm going the distance. I'm going for speed. Ghost, no, Qua. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like just seeing the evolution of the sprites through the different versions of the Gen 1 games. You have Pocket Monsters Red and Green, and then you had Pocket Monsters Blue, which was like a special edition kind of deal that you like mailed in for, and Pocket Monsters Blue was the basis of Red and Blue, or so I've been told, according to my sources, for Red and Blue in the rest of the world. And then there's Pokemon Yellow, which is this anime tie-in that has very weird encounter rates, and your starter is a Pikachu because, you know, it's the anime. It's all this kind of interesting stuff. Just all the design choices of like all these like first gen games. There's no items up there, but I do like the experience. You shall join us. I kind of can't, you know, I got this thing where like I'm battling Team Rocket all the time, and I got to make sure they're not taking over the world because I live here. Oh, you meant join you in the circle of demonic possessions. Nah, I'm good. I don't like people being in me unless I want them to be in me. I know what I said, and I'm sticking to it. What a nightmare. Andrew got 660 Poké Dollars. Another fight over here. Give me your soul. In exchange for what? I mean, if you've got complete and box copies of Pokemon Sapphire, Japanese Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Fire Red, and just the complete boxes, not the game itself, but like the boxes and the manuals and the inserts for, you know, Emerald, Ruby, and Leaf Green, then sure, I'll give you my soul, but like not for free. Everyone's got a price, and that's my price. According to eBay, that price is in like the $400 range for all that. Confused Ray. Became confused. Ugh. We're gonna send out Kitty Bank. Kitty Bank is immune to that. Confused Ray is a ghost type move. Never mind, it still hits. Kitty Bank became confused. I would kindly request that you don't do this. Get him, Braithy. Use the lick. Ooh, That's not good. Oh, really? Paralyzed? Ugh. Well, it's a good thing I have a paralyze heal. There we go. Use Nightshade. Ugh. Ghost type attack. Does a decent amount of damage. Just pin missile. What? I missed. Confuse Ray. You know what? Let's roll the dice. Come on, Braithy. Yeah, girl. Oh, man. Oh, that Katie Van Groot, level 30. And you defeated Channeler. That actually reminds me that there was one day I was editing episodes of Mini Pack for the website. I've got a lot of episodes. I got all the way. Hold on, I gotta. Got all the way to like August in terms of like episodes for Mini Pack, and in one of them, I just like have the worst voice crack ever. Zombies! There's no zombies here. I think I've talked about this before, but it was just so hilarious. Like, I didn't catch it while I was recording, and when I was editing it, I heard it, and I died laughing because it was the dumbest thing ever. There we go, Twin Needle. Also, that space, we didn't talk to the Chandler, but that space is a complete heal for your entire party. It's basically like a Pokemon Center in the middle of the tower, but for like much less time that it takes. Because, you know, the Pokemon Center, they, you know, take your Pokemon and they put them on the machine, and then they heal, and then they take them off, and then they give it back to you. But that's just like real quick. Let's fight you. You okay? Do you need Pepto-Bismol? I don't have Pepto-Bismol. I have Tums. So it's not the same thing. Send out a Haunter. Ugh. We always have issues with Haunters here. Braithy, you're gonna open up the Twin Needle. Just completely... Nope, you don't wreck him. He's got a sliver of health left. He used Lick, but we are faster. You better not paralyze. Oh, gosh darn it. Are you kidding me? Seriously? Do we take... use Lick. Paralysis cuts my speed. Fully paralyzed. Are you kidding me? Paralyze heal. Use Nightshade. Okay, I'm okay with Nightshade. Ooh. Pin missile. Good. Excellent. Hunter fainted. 594 experience. Whew. What do you have to say? I fell to evil spirits despite my training. What about you? I regained my senses. Well, good for you. Enter purified zone. Pokemon are fully healed. Come, child. I sealed the space with white magic. You can rest here. Hello. I was under possession. Yeah, I figured as much. I've been talking about possession for the past 10 minutes. Ugh, the repels effect wore off. I don't like Super Repel. Super Repels have wild Pokemon that are weaker than you, like run away for like 500 steps, which is pretty nice. We're gonna go down because there's an item. Give me blood. Do you need a blood donate? Okay, we can just go on down to the Pokemon Center. I think they've got, you know, machines that can, you know, we can hook up and like give a transfusion. Oh wait, you mean to oh, because these Ghastlies make you think you're a oh, okay, I get it. Twin Needle. Speaking of needles, here's a twin set of needles. There we go. It's super effective. I was going to listen to the 3DS audio. I had grabbed a cheap pair of earbuds last time I was at the Dollar Tree, and they are terrible. Like, they have to be like plugged in a certain way, and I ain't about that life. And of course I should have known better than to buy cheapo earbuds, but I was like, I want something that I can use at work and not have to take my personal earbuds with me. But sadly, I didn't have the forethought to realize that I should have just bought them from like Big Lots or something, because they would have been not terrible. Haunter, we're gonna keep... Oh no, Ghastly. I misread it as Haunter. Yikes. Twin Needle. It's easy. Fast and easy. Lemon squeezy. Your ghost is dead. Super dead. I don't even know where I was going for that. Breakthrough grew to level 32, 99 HP, 66 attack. Ooh, nice. 65 speed. It's looking good. Defeated the Chandler. Groan. Oh, I guess it was supposed to be a groan, not like a groan. I feel anemic and weak. Oh, that's why you need blood. Honey, you should go on down to the Pokemon Center and be like, I think I need a blood transfusion. Somebody please help me. Another Chandler wishes to destroy us. Kee. More Chandlers that speak in parcel tongue. Chandler wants to fight. Chandler sent out Ghastly. Level 24. Ghost Poison. With probably Lick as one of its moves. There we go. Super effective. It hit it again. Nice. Got 487 experience. Key. What do you have to say? What's going on here? A lot of possessions, apparently. Can we inspect these? No, we cannot. Okay. There we go. Another channeler. Oof. Kwa. Gosh, what was it? I don't like comparing this to other games, and I think I'm just gonna like mention this once. But I think in Sun and Moon, yeah, it's definitely Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon, there's this graveyard that you go to, and there are all these people mourning their Pokemon. And there's one kid who's like, you know, they say that, you know, the Pokemon had to be put to sleep. So why didn't my awakening work? And it's like, it's so soul crushing when you read it and you see that it's a kid saying this. And you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, child. Because it's like, it's on that same level of like trying to explain to a kid why your pet is not going to come back from the vet. It's really sad and disheartening. Hair didn't fall out. It was an evil spirit. Oh, okay. Found a rare candy. We could hold on to that for now, or we could give it... No, Kitty Bank's doing fine, I think. And now, be gone, intruders. And this is a scripted thing that will happen. A ghost appeared. Darn it, ghosts cannot be identified. The ghost is level 30. But, you know, Breaky's level 32. We can identify the ghost. But, you know, any entity that stands in our way must be destroyed. So, I think we'll really give Pin Missile a shot here. Oh, Braithy is too scared to move. Get out. Get out. Well, Braithy, use Twin Needle. Oh, really scared. Get out. Get out. Aimberry, you're the party leader. Let's send you on out. Get out. Get out. Let's see. Braithy, we're gonna need you to open up with Bubble Beam. And Aimberry's too scared to move. Yikes. Get out. Get out. Okay. What about Kitty Bank? Kitty Bank knows Thunderball. That's pretty good against a lot of the entities here. A lot of the ghost types are, you know, get down. Get out. Get out. Oh, geez. It's getting, Kitty Bank is too scared to move. And now it's, in my mind, it's just like, it gets silent. Like the calm before the storm. So, you know what? I think we should run. We got away safely. And, there's nothing else we can do. We could try to go back to that spot, but that ghost will appear and just really freak out our Pokemon. And I ain't about that life. So I'm going to grab the escape rope and we're going to get out of here. That's kind of the main reason why... What? I'm sorry, what? What? Did you guys see that? Like, as our character model went up, it changed into like 4 letters. That's pretty interesting. But let's heal up. Heal. Okay, we'll need your Pokemon for a few seconds. So yeah, that's kind of terrifying that there's just a ghost here. But that is unfortunately all that we can do here in Lavendar Town. Team Rocket will do anything for the sake of gold. What do you have to say? I saw Cubone's mother die trying to escape from Team Rocket. Oh. That's rough, buddy. Cubones wear skulls, right? People will pay a lot for one. Oh! Well, okay then. Well, with that out of the way, it's time for a much more cheery tune of that of Route 8. There are a lot of trainers on this route, and so I figured it'd be a good idea to train up, especially while we've got some new Pokemon. This is a very drastic tone shift, but it's very much needed.
It's time for a more useful fire-type Pokemon than Charmander!
I'm serious about that. At this point in the game, Vulpix's special stat is equal to that of Charmeleon. It even learns Flamethrower much earlier than the Charmander line at just level 35, as opposed to Charmander's line learning it at level 48. Vulpix can also learn some more defensive moves like Double Team, Reflect, a psychic type move that halves all physical attacks for 5 turns, and Rest. I'd personally recommend getting a Vulpix over a Charmander any day of the week when playing Gen 1. Let's say you took my advice and got a Vulpix, and you have a Firestone. What can you do with that Firestone and that Vulpix? Why, you can evolve it into a Ninetales. One of the things you might notice is the equal speed and special stats, as well as the higher than average HP, attack, and defense stats. Ninetales is all about going first, hitting hard with special moves, and hopefully taking out the target in as little time as possible. Now, before I begin, I need to address something really important. Do not evolve Vulpix into a Ninetales right away. Vulpix's 3 signature moves, Confuse Ray, Fire Spin, and Flamethrower, are only available when it's a Vulpix. Once you have those moves, then you are good to evolve it. But to the more positive of notes, Ninetales can learn some more moves, albeit they're normal types. However, it does get to learn Double Edge and Hyper Beam, which may not be fully powered up due to Ninetales' attack being lower than its special, but can still be devastating. The only downsides are that Double Edge causes 1/4 of the damage dealt in recoil, and Hyper Beam requires the user to not move during its next turn. Other than that, I fully recommend this fire type over the Charmander line. Speaking of fire types, we have Growlithe. Growlithe is somewhat opposite of Vulpix, with it having more of a focus on attack rather than special. Unfortunately, this means that Growlithe is better suited for moves of physical types like normal and ground than its own type. If this was post Gen 3, I'd say get it, but there's not much good I can say about it in terms of using it for battling. Okay, but like, what if you did get a Growlithe and you have a Firestone? Well, you can evolve Growlithe into Arcanine, but it's basically the same situation as Ninetales. You get access to a bunch more moves, especially normal type moves, but some of Growlithe's moves, like Agility, Bite, and Flamethrower, cannot be learned after evolving. I'm not sure why they decided to do this with Vulpix and Growlithe, but they did. It is a better user of Double Edge and Hyper Beam than Ninetales, so you might want to go with this line over the Vulpix line. You can probably see why I don't have much to say about these two Pokemon. So, something that's kind of interesting is that with covering over Vulpix and Growlithe and Arcanine and Ninetales, the gambler that we fought right before the Super Nerd had a Growlithe and a Vulpix, which was pretty neat. The Super Nerd has like Grimers and Mucks, which is kind of interesting. We have yet to see those Pokemon, which is kind of interesting. Also, I'm now convinced that Disable is a random move and not like a random move in this gen, because it disabled my Screech, but I never used Screech this fight, which is very odd. There we go. And with a bite, it's gone. Excellent. Kitty Bank grew to level 31. Andrew defeated Super Nerd. It's not logical. Got 550 Poké Dollars. And there's a bunch of people here. I have super potions. Do I have regular potions? I don't. I have a nugget. I don't remember where. I probably got that nugget in the tower, and I just didn't recognize it because it didn't register at the time. I think we'll just go up and work our way down. I like Nidoran, so I collect them. Okay. There we go. Last ones to fight. Last sent out Nidoran female. Level 23. Okay. We have Kitty Bank here. Use Bite. If it survives, it did not flinch. Okay. Well, its move failed anyways, so, you know, there's that. Got 289 experience. About to use Nidorina. Cool deal. Let's go with Thunderbolt, see what that does. I forget. Ooh. Did about half, and it's paralyzed. Nice. But it did get off the Poison Sting. Not nice. Ooh, critical hit. Nidorina. Sorry for the yawning. I don't know what's up. I think it's because of how my room is. Like, I close the door to block off sound, and to let people know I'm recording. And then also, there's no adequate airflow in this room. Like, I have a vent, but air doesn't really flow through that vent that well. And so it's like, I think it's just like, I'm talking a lot and I'm not taking breaths. And so, like, the yawn is like a way to, like, stop, take a breath, let it out. It's kind of crazy. I'm not tired of the Let's Play. I literally just started not too long ago. This is episode 7, for Pete's sake. And I love this series. I put so much work into it, and my body's like, hey, you've been recording for 30 minutes. Why not take a yawn? And it's like, no, I don't. It's dumb. I hate it. But I guess it's just me. I have these issues. I think if I ever do another Pokemon series, I'll divide it up even more to where, like, I'll write my initial, like, outline, and then I'll go in and be like, okay, this might be an hour long, so let's cut that down a little bit. And I think part of the problem is that for me, how I was gauging everything, I thought, you know, maybe these episodes wouldn't be that long. Like the first episode definitely would be kind of long, but then after that, I didn't think it would take so long to get everywhere. But it made me realize that Gen 1, not only is it weird, it's also pretty slow. Like, you have to walk everywhere, and when you get the bike, you know, you can't, like, set it to select, and because of that, you know, it's not really that easy to get onto your bike. And especially if you're exploring a new area, you don't want to be on that bike because you might, like, blow past, you know, like, some items that you want to get or what have you. And so it's not the best. It's, I don't know. If I don't know. If I had known they were going to be an hour long each, I'm not sure if I would actually divide it up that much, because trying to find natural stopping points in this game was actually really hard, and that's why I settled on doing the story arc aspect, where, you know, the previous episode was a filler episode, and so our story arc was like taking care of a few things and then hiking through the cave. And so that's kind of where I was coming from. But, like, you know, there's so many battles going on, and they're not all required, not by a long shot. But it'd be kind of nice to show, like, the aspect of, holy crap, this person has 5 freaking Pokemon! Just show the Pokemon growing over time instead of just being like, you know, like, this Pokemon got a level up from this fight. That the only thing you get to see is the end product. So that's kind of like, I don't know. I've got my reasonings. I've been, like, trying to look at this from, like, every other angle, and I honest to goodness cannot think of any other way that I could divide up this Let's Play in episode chunks that, like, aren't super long but still have, like, identifiable progress. Because, like, I guess, like, okay, if we take the previous episode, for example, we could have had all of, like, the back and forth between Vermilion City and Route 11, and checking out Snorlax, and going to Pewter City, and going through routes 9 and 10, and that could have been one episode. And that was probably like half the episode right there. That was probably like a good 30 minutes. Oh, I probably should have sent out Braithy. But anyways, and then, have Rock Tunnel, all of Rock Tunnel going into Lavendar Town, have that be, its own 30-minute chunk. But honestly, I don't know. Like, it definitely would have added to, like, the episode length. It would have doubled the Let's Play for sure. No, it wouldn't have been the original projected length, which I think was like 55 or 60 episodes. So I don't know. It's something I think about, and I think next time, if I do go forth in like a couple of years, like a year or two from now, and do Pokemon Crystal, that will probably be something that I consider changing, is making the episodes more condensed, so that way it's not like, here's an hour of things that happen, of like 2 chunks. But like, even then, like, if you give me a minute after this battle is done, 333 experience, defeated the last. Look what you did. Got 285 Pokemon dollars. I will be right back. Okay, so I just checked the thing. We're at 50 minutes right now. I don't think I've had moments where I was like, let me like come back real quick. There's an old man right there. We are not going to fight him. He is part of a thing that I want to do later. Department store in Celadon has a great selection. Repel's effect wore off. So yeah, like, maybe this could be like the end of the episode, and like, get to Celadon City, and then we have, all the stuff at Celadon City, because there is quite a bit of things that we need to do. Sleeping Pokemon appeared. Okay. So yeah, there's like there's quite a bit of things that we can do in Celadon City, and there, honestly, it's a little much. Like, here we are in Celadon City, and just to give you an idea of what I have in my notes, we need to find a certain Pokemon that's here. Like, you grab the item, and in the item is a Pokemon. Then there's loose items scattered about the city, most of which is in the Celadon department store, which we heard about. And then there are some sights to see. And then we, fight the gym. And there's the Celadon game corner, which I can show by going down here. So this coin is exchanged for prizes, prize exchange. And then over here is Rocky Game Corner, the playground for grown-ups. But since we are at 50 minutes, and it takes so long to walk everywhere, and you can only walk in the insides of buildings, especially the Celadon department store, which there's so much to do. I think what I might do is I'm going to cut the episode here, because there's so much we're going to do in this city that it's probably also going to take an hour. So that means the episode is going to get, the Let's Play is going to get bumped forward an episode. Maybe it's not. We'll just wait and see. Also, that person is in the door. What the heck? And now they have left. What? I got my coffee in Cinnabar. It's nice, but it breathes poison when it's angry. So yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, I've spent so long that I am going to cut the episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the next episode, we are going to fully explore Celadon City. We have a lot of things to do, and it will probably take up an entire episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Let's Play Pokemon Blue version. Bye-bye.